Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to be here with you all today. I anticipate that this will just be like really casual and chatty because I've missed you and I know that I've been online. Like, I don't know, if you follow me elsewhere, you know that I haven't really gone anywhere, but it's been a very long time since I filmed anything on my YouTube and I've missed you so much. I do have my little iced coffee here. Full disclosure, it's totally a pumpkin iced coffee from Dunkin'. I was just out returning my Newly and I had to get a little treat, but I don't like sitting here at my journaling desk like with a plastic cup with a cap on it because then the coffee gets stuck like under the lid, then it just like drops all over whatever I'm doing, which is just, and we can't have that today. So I think what I'm going to do today is basically do like a little flip through here and there. And then I do want to share with you some of the things that I've picked up recently. I guess I'll start with my Hobonichi order and what I got from Hobonichi. I assume if you're watching this, you know that I am currently in 3 Hobonichis. I am in a Cousin, an A6 planner English version. I kept calling it an original until seriously like a couple months ago, but it is the English version. It is, well, it's this, it's black. Here, let me just take it out. One moment. Okay, so this is my current everyday carry. Can you please, like, feast your eyes? It's ridiculous. I mean, it's great, but it's, wow. I have an admission to make. I don't love this planner. This is actually probably my least favorite planner over the past 6-7 years. It's not even that it's an A6 and A6 is too small, clearly, hello. I just feel like I got off on a weird start. I just want to give you like a quick background on 2023 for me. It has not been a bad year, but I started this YouTube specifically in, I want to say November or December. I quickly churned out a couple videos and then I went viral on TikTok. Now, my videos didn't get like millions of views, but I was consistently interacting with strangers on the internet for like 6 weeks, 10 weeks. It was just a lot. And then my grandpa passed away and it was very sad. He lived a long life, but that was in February, and that, like, for whatever reason, that's the only thing that I'm remembering from February. And then March and April were like super wild at work. And then I entered a little bit of a depressy episode, early summer, which, you know, that's not awesome. Like, just through that, I was dealing with seasons of feeling uninspired in life, period. And so it was really hard to journal. And I did a really good job at back journaling and filling this up. And, you know, getting into the same stuff that I always do year after year, but I don't know. This is just, the vibes are off and it's unfortunate because it's so cute. And again, like, I'm going to do a flip through eventually. You all have seen, I mean, I share snippets here and there on my Instagram, but it's not that I hate it. I don't know. I'm very, very, very excited to start fresh in 2024. More flip throughs will be coming. I have to admit, oh, that's the other thing. I have filmed a flip through of my 2022 Hobonichi Cousin probably now at this point 3 different times. The last time I tried to film it, I was really proud of what I created, and then my computer died. I was editing the video. I had gone a little bit more creative and artistic than I usually do, and I put a lot of time and energy into the video, and then it literally crashed my computer, and then I had to buy a new computer. I kept thinking that like the 2022 Cousin Spring Start flip through would be like what brought me back to YouTube, but I figured I just would, I don't know, I want to do a little chatty chat instead. And then for the first half of the year, I was tracking everything that I spent my money on in the Hobonichi weeks. And then I just kind of stopped. I don't know. I don't really have anything to say about it. It served me when I needed it to. And then I was just kind of like, okay, this is just another step. If you know that I used to make weekly recap posts on Substack, and then I would film myself talking about it and get a whole ton of feedback from strangers on TikTok. And I was just like, upon further reflection, I realized that that's just like added noise in my life that I just really didn't need. So I stopped. So I do love this. I mean, come on, the little bunnies. This is the bow and tie cover. They do one every year. Here's mine for the Year of the Tiger, the year before. And then I did not get a week's actually in 2024. They took like artistic license and they're doing Baby Dragon, which is seahorse, and so it's a seahorse cover and it is super cute. I did buy one for my good friend Carly and she will be using it, and so yeah, I do love them. I just didn't think I was going to use it. And, you know, I'm trying not to spend extra money, I guess you could say. So anyway, no weeks for me this year, but maybe next year, who knows? I did get the little gifts cover. It is wonderful. As you can see, I've been using my 2023 in my 2024 cover because I actually went ahead and I sold my lilac, I want to say. It was purple and it was a lilac and lavender situation, maybe even like a periwinkle blue. It was a really cute, just colored cover, and I sold that on Instagram. And so I just wanted something to protect this guy when I was bringing it around. This Hobonichi Techo 2024 original in Japanese will be my work planner. Now the vibes for this planner are definitely like utility only. This is going to be for work. I plan to use probably my multi-pen. Let me see. Hold on a second. Now I need to find it. Oh yeah, okay, well here's this. Well, now I need to know where the other one is. You know, you gotta round it out. Oh yeah. Something else I love about Hobonichi and ordering directly from the site is that you get these commemorative pens. It's a Uni Jet Stream, I wanna say. Gosh, I hope I'm right. That's what I've been telling people. But this is the one for 2022, 2023, and then 2024. I love this one. So anyway, this is kind of the vibe. I'm definitely still going to be using like mild liner. I'm definitely going to be using mild liner highlighters. I'm thinking maybe possibly some dots or some washi, but not really for decoration, more just for like color coding purposes. And unfortunately, not to be a tease or like obnoxious, but you won't see it because I work in special education. And so a lot of what I do and have to write about appointment wise and workflow wise is about IEPs or individualized education plans. Really, I don't even write student names in here, but even still, I just don't feel comfortable like sharing that on my Instagram and flipping through it. I am really excited for this, but I don't anticipate that this will be like super chunky and full. I love it so much. I did weigh my options and think about like, okay, do I really need to spend 40 something dollars on something? Yeah, I feel like this was just a nice treat. I could have gotten something a little cheaper, but you know, I needed something to pepper a little joy into my days, I guess you could say. So this is the plan for work, and I'm gonna put it away now so I can get some of these things off my desk. My cute, you know how I talked about the commemorative pen? Every year, Hobonichi will also release like a cute little gift. One year it was a very small spoon. What was it last year? Oh, it was like this really nice dust bag that I still use actually. It's really cute, but it's this like mini tote for 2024 and I love it. Last week I met up with my friend at Starbucks and we were journaling and I didn't want to bring like all of my washi, but I did. I put some washi in here and then like a clip, and then I think I threw in this adhesive from Tombo. So I don't know, it's really nice. It's super cute. I might like use it as a purse just to be silly one day. But this is the one that I wanted. They had 4 different ones. I'm really sorry that I'm jumping around all over the place. I probably should have written out like a little script beforehand. I just like, it's really important for me to be authentic, almost to a fault sometimes. But anyway, I made my Hobonichi order, I guess you could say, through Wonder Fair in Lawrence, Kansas to save money on international shipping costs from Japan. And so I put a note in there. They even asked, they were like, hey, if you want a specific mini tote, just like let us know which one to look out for and we will try to see if we can get that for you. So I just said, hey, I'd love a pretzel if possible, but if you can't make it happen, no big deal. And so they were able to save one for me, which is really great. So thank you, Wonder Fair. So that was my purchase. I ordered this little gifts cover and then I ordered again, it's the Hobonichi Techo A6. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you're at least a little bit familiar with Hobonichi, but maybe not. And if I am your first introduction to Hobo, that is so wonderful. And I do not take that lightly. I just cannot stress enough. And I talk about this on Instagram a lot. There are just so many good resources, first on the Hobonichi website and then also jetpens.com, as well as like Hobonichi differences, Hobonichi flip throughs. Like, there's just a wealth of information. So I don't know. I'm not saying like, no, I won't answer your questions. I just feel like if you have a specific question about like specs or what exactly is all in here, I would search elsewhere first. I mean that as nicely as I can possibly muster. Okay, so that is that on Hobonichi. And now I know some of you have been seeing this in the background and are like, I wonder when she's going to talk about this. This is my baby. So I talked about my A6 for work. This is my B6 full year common planner by Sterling Ink. I am absolutely obsessed with this thing. It just came on Friday. It's Sunday today. And I mean, I have been wanting this for so long. I actually found out, well, I've been following Catherine Sterling Ink on Instagram for several years, and I found out about the Common Planner through Instagram, through YouTube, but pretty much on like December 1st, when people were setting theirs up for the following year. I mean, look at this gold foil, please. But I was like immediately jealous because they did, it was maybe the second year or first year. So they did like a smaller batch run. I couldn't order it, couldn't find it. And honestly, I already had my Hobonichi plan set up. I had, 3 hobos at that point. So I was like, well, I'll just have to get it next year. And then the pre-orders came out, I think in June, or, you can make your pre-order in June. And then it was finally delivered this weekend. And I just have to say that I've already actually set it up a little bit. So I will flip through that at the end. I'm going to flip through it probably here in just a couple minutes. I just want to tell you about a few other things that I've purchased recently. I guess I'm going to bring back this little gifts cover because I finally got, what the heck is this called? Sorry, I'm really trying not to flail my arms, but sometimes it's hard. I think this is called like a page. I'll look it up. I don't know. Anyway, in a Hobonichi cover, you can put this handy little tool right here. Well, if I could do it. Yeah. So it's a way when you're like almost through your planner. There you go. Bookmark. Cute, right? Now, some of this, if you're following me and you're like, Claire, I thought you were on a low buy year. Yeah, I am. I'm also a little bit of a planner influencer all of a sudden. I don't know. It's wild. But I do have an Atlas Stationers affiliate link. They are a stationery store based out of Chicago, where I'm from. And I became an affiliate with them in February, I want to say. And I had not even taken a look at my earnings yet. So over the past couple weeks, I made 2 separate orders once I could figure out what the heck I wanted. So thank you so much, because these little bits and bobs are made possible by your purchases through my affiliate code. So thank you very much. I did get these ink chargers from Ferris Wheel Press. It's like the California edition. I want to say Malibu Blush is one of them. Something Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, I went to go grab it. It's called the Dreaming in California collection. Blue Yosemite Falls, Golden Gate Glow, and Malibu Blush are the colors. This kind of gives you a better idea of what they might look like on paper. So I have not broken into them yet. I actually asked my Instagram followers last night, because this is my new TWSBI Eco, and I asked them, I was like, okay, which one should I use to fill this up? And then I ended up just using my Sailor ink that I got last year because I'm literally obsessed with it. And I realized that none of my fountain pens at this moment have this inked up, are inked up with this. You know what I'm trying to say. This little guy is from Amazon, but let me tell you, I am obsessed. This is my new, like, I'm going to the coffee shop to journal. And I mean, it's perfect because it kind of, I don't know, I didn't have a lot of good on-the-go storage solutions. And it was kind of fun, but I would take one of my hay crates, like literally one of these bad boys, and I would fill it to the brim with stuff and like bring it to the coffee shop or to my friend's house, because I honestly don't care, like whatever, that's fun. But now I just can pick a couple things, and then I don't feel like I'm hauling everything around across town, wherever. So this is great. This will be linked in my storefront, and the link for that will be down below. Something else I got, I just have like a whole bunch of stuff that I want to show you. It's so fun. There is an Etsy shop, I want to say, right? Yeah. Muse Lab is amazing. This is a sticker book. Really all it is, it's quite simple. It's just these shiny pages where you can like create your own sticker book. And so I've not filled it up yet. I meant to last weekend, but this is perfect for on the go as well. So you can take your larger sticker sheets and then like pick the ones that you want to take with you wherever. And, you know, of course, if you want like a couple from this kind of vibe, but then you want, you know, some washi tape as well, like it's just a good solution for on the go. So I really love this. Obviously I love the vibes. I am a 90s, early 2000s kid. I am a former pop punk kid. I love Instant Messenger, MTV, like all that kind of stuff. So this is just like supremely me, and I'm very happy that I bought this. I do not remember who inspired me, probably Amanda Lee Plans, but I do highly recommend this, and it's always nice to support small businesses. So definitely check Muse Lab out. I did get this at some point over the past 3 months. I do not remember where from. I'm assuming Amazon, but this is so fun for media journaling. If you wanted to rate your most recent read or something you watched, I'm gonna try to find it and link it below. Again, that's not like me to like totally not remember where something's from. Okay, finally, maybe. I had a Vaseline case that was so funny, and it would be in videos and reels, and people are like, why do you need the Vaseline? And it's just this whole time it's just been my AirPods. That was a couple years old. It was getting kind of grungy, so I picked up a new one. You know what? I ordered more than I thought I did. This is, and I'm not even gonna try, I'm gonna mispronounce this probably. It is Wearingle Dewy Starlight. It is the most beautiful color I have ever seen. Of course, like the sunshine is now on the other side of the building. Oh, it's delightful. I love it. And here we have the Kaveco collection, Iridescent Pearl. This is the AL Sport. Is this not the AL Sport if it's the same size? This is the Sport. This is the Sport. Whatever. These are all Kaveco. This is great. This is a heavy duty boy that I got for my birthday 2 years ago from my boyfriend. It's rose gold. This one is a little bit, it's plastic, it's lighter weight, but it is Iridescent Pearl, and it is so dreamy. Okay, let me move this down just a little bit. Let's get down to business, because there's a lot to talk about right now. This is, like I said, the B6 Full Year Common Planner from Sterling Ink in caramel with gold foil. I loved all the colors this year, honestly. The only one that I was thinking I for sure wouldn't get was pink, just because it seemed a little bit too light for my liking. But I don't know. Some years I tend to be a little bit more cool toned leaning, so I was kind of honestly afraid to get this, thinking it would be like too warm, because as far as like my favorite neutrals, I just love grays and cool blues and even cool pinks. And so I don't know, I was just like, is this my vibe? But when I unwrapped it, I actually think I shed a tear. It is so incredibly beautiful. So I'm going to give you, and again, there are like plenty of videos on the Sterling Ink YouTube and other people that have been using it, obviously, this past year and for longer than I have. And so you can check out those videos. I'll try to find some and link some below, but this will just be kind of like a quick flip through. My friend Jen got me a whole bunch of Tutter from Bear in the Big Blue House stickers from Redbubble, and I actually like screamed when I opened the package. It was so precious and cute. And so I just had to make my mark right away. I had to put this little sticker that says "Feeling Strong Today" on the first page of my common planner. I love it. Also, I'm so used to saying in my Hobonichi, in my cousin, in my Techo. So please forgive me if I say that. I'm getting used to being a common planner user, and I just love the B6 so far. I think that's my favorite thing about this. I just love it. I love it so much. It's the perfect size. Anyway, here is the yearly view. And then, like I said, I've already kind of set up a little bit here and there last night. I just couldn't help myself any longer. So in every one of my new planners or journals, I do like a little dedication letter page, whatever, just kind of like a vibe check. Like, here are my wishes, thoughts, hopes, dreams. Here are my intentions for this journal. Here are some reminders. I might as well just read it. Why not? So I guess I'm just feeling a little goofy. The other day I was just like, I need this common planner where I was tracking it. I was tracking delivery updates, and I was like, let me cook. Like, I need this journal so I can like do what needs to be done in it. Like, I just want to get started already. And so I just had to put let her cook. Hello to my new bestie. October 7th, 2023, 9:03 p.m. Yes, Saturday night. I was living my best life right over here at the guest room desk, which is where we are. I said, we've arrived. Let's go. Starting off strong with my little dedication letter 2 months early. Honestly, SOS. Q2 planner creep was so real. This is something that my friend Sam came up with. We were talking about how, in June and July, when we're all starting to think about the next year's planners, it's like so easy to have that like just anticipation and maybe feeling a little bit slightly ungrateful for like what you currently have going on, and it's like, oh no, it's only halfway through the year. Anyway, Q2 planner creep was so real. I've been so excited for my 2024 lineup since mid-June thanks to the pre-order. Last year I must have been asleep, but I was ready to rumble this time around. Here are some intentions, ideas, and vibes that have been floating around in my brain. I want this to be lived in, authentic, but also handled with care. I want to include silliness, creativity, color, ephemera. I will cite my sources. I will approach this with the same kind of realness I always do, with the knowledge and intention that this will be shared, so keep the sensitive stuff to the pocket diary, LOL. I do have like a smaller little diary where I truly just like write down my thoughts. I'll write about my dreams, and basically just a safe place for me to complain that never sees the light of day. B6 size is the one. I cannot get over how cute this planner is. Oh, and that's the other thing I need to meditate on. Is this my journal or my planner? Is my work A6 my planner? Does anything matter? I call the shots, I make the rules. This is my space, let me cook. Ahead of this new year, I'm finding myself in a small rut. It's fixable and fine, and I don't always need to be optimizing. I guess I can say that I'm really excited to welcome in a new calendar year more than usual. It's going to be fun. I'm envisioning lyrics sprinkled through, recipes, notes from friends, and maybe even some trackers. I saw a prompt, or many prompts, that tackle a personal history, like, hold my ginger ale, I'm going in. The possibilities are truly endless. Shout out to Catherine for making something so effing cute. Here's to a 2024 documented. Claire Elizabeth. That's me. And then you've probably been looking at this too. I do not want to spill my coffee on this beautiful piece of work, but this is essentially like my planner plan. This is the third or fourth planner that I have done this in, but this is just like what I write about, how and when. So yearly, I do a year in review, important dates, birthdays, set intentions. I review my routines. I sometimes will do an index or a tracker, especially if I'm like using some of my daily pages, in the past in my Hobonichi, to maybe do like a Peloton tracker or like a reading log. Like, I will write, oh, you can find that on the April 4th day, just to kind of help that out. More like a table of contents. I'm not sure if I will do that this year. Reading log, address book, being in your early 30s, it's like everyone's perpetually moving house. So it's nice to be able to see updated addresses, because at this point I have none of my friends' addresses memorized or committed to memory. Quarterly, I look at my to be read list, that's TBR, plan weekends, because I don't know, I do this thing where like I'll have weekends where I don't have anything going on, and then I will like triple commit to something. And so I like to kind of see it in like a quarterly layout, if that makes sense. IEP workflow, again, this is just like specifically for my work in special education. Trackers, intention check-in. Monthly, I do monthly moods, which is just something that I do instead of doing like, little pixels for like what my mood was that day. I'll just talk about like things that were happening that month to document my life. Rolling to-do list, a shopping list or a wish list, a reset routine, and a spending tracker. Weekly, I look at my priority to-do list. Brain dump, I will, sometimes do this week's shell, or sometimes I'll add like quotes or, deco or whatever, like just to make it nice so that when I am feeling like low energy in the middle of the week, I can just come in and write, and then I'll have like a beautiful page waiting for me. And then I might do last week's fill in. So, you know, what I didn't get to planner wise, I will go back and backlog basically. Meal plan, movement plan, IEP checks, print pictures, and tidy desk space. Obviously that's not like happening in my journal, but those are practices that are related to my journaling practice that I like to do. Daily, I will do morning pages, not every day, but I do them. Rolling to do, check weekly, or just write a page. That's my friend Hannah Mormon's thing. Just when you don't know what to do in your journal, just write a page. And then whenever the mood strikes, and this is what gets people, they're like, but how often? But when? Where are the rules? What do you do? There are no rules. You do what you want to do. And so when I feel like it, I will do side quests, which is just my silly, I mean, it's just another word for to-do list. Collections, all of the Scentsy scents I've tried, Bath and Body Works scents that I remember from childhood. I don't even know, kettle chips I want to try. Like those are things that I've done in the past. Colleen Hoover books, like I've only read one of hers, but those are just examples. Scrapbook time. So sometimes I will like specifically do a collage or a scrapbook type page, and going in with that intention, knowing that it'll be messy. Junk journaling will, you know, just allow me to be a little bit more freer with my decision making. Media journal, so that's where, and you've probably seen examples of this, but you might print out either the promotional poster or the book cover for whatever you're ranking, and then you might give your review and any notes or impressions that you have about it. And then of course you can always yell and scream. Another thing that I do in every journal or planner that I set up is I look at my Tombo dual brush pens and I take stock. This is pretty amazing because 3 or 4 years ago when I started this, I had probably half as much. One of my internet friends, my mutuals, gluten-free mom jeans, her name is Randy, and she so kindly sent me her entire collection, which is so nice. And I had quite a few duplicates, so I'm meaning to send those to my cousin's kids. They live in Tennessee and they are, you know, preteens. They just love arts and crafts. And so I am working on getting them a nice little package set up. I also, in my swatching last night, I found out that I do have a couple of duplicates that I forgot about as well. So again, like this is years in the making. Please do not feel like you have to go and buy 50 of these. I probably, on average, I would say I add about like 5 a year. I started my collection in 2015, 2014. They do last a very long time. Like some of these markers have been in my collection through repeated journal use, consistent journal use since like 2018. So it's pretty impressive. It's a great product. This, I don't know if you can tell, this is the goal breakdown page in the Common Planner. And I said, we are just vibing. It's not that I don't make goals. It's not that I don't set intentions. I just really, my journaling practice, and you probably know this, it's really just more as a purpose of like documenting my life and for memory keeping. So I'm not typically one of those like girl boss, slay queen, like here's how I'm going to optimize my life. And it's hard to talk about this because I'm not saying that anyone that does that is like not going after something that's very important and worth their time. It's just like, that's just not how I operate typically. So I already knew that this wasn't going to be a spread that I used, but as you can see up here, we have goal breakdown. And so I would assume in these little boxes, you could talk about like what the goal is someday, 1 year, half year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily. Right over here, I have all of the mild liners. I thought I had all of them in existence, but I keep seeing things on Instagram of people with all their cute, like neutral colored ones. And I'm like, where are you getting these? And then that is all so far for like this area, but I just wanted to quickly show you like, so they have a quarterly page. And so from April to June, you can see like, these are your priorities. And then it breaks it down April, May, June. And then if you go on the right side, you can see very similar to the Hobonichi, how they have that like yearly overview page. So this is really cool. I'm excited. I don't know exactly how I'm going to use this yet, but if I did do like intention/goal check-ins, it would probably be on these pages. monthly calendar view, of course. I'm excited about these. I do not know what I'm going to do yet. Yeah, so like this is what I did with my monthly pages in my Hobonichi cousin throughout the years. I use them as true like scrapbooky collage pages. So I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do here. I might do pen swatches on some of them, only because I don't know yet. I guess you're just gonna have to stay tuned, right? So here we have our weeklies. I will say I didn't think I was going to miss my weeklies in my A6 because that's something about the Hobonichi A6 that they don't have is the weekly layout pages. But I really just do think I'm going to like this. I think I might actually use these as, like I think my goal or intention right now is to sit down on a Sunday and kind of like look at the week as a whole and then like color block based on what I'm doing. One of the limitations, I guess, but maybe not for me, call an ambulance, but not for me. I used, let me grab one. So again, a lot of you know this. I would also, let me know if you would like a throwback bullet journal tour. I would love to do one. I just feel like anytime I sit down to do a video or to talk about something, I want to talk about what's going on right now. And so, but yeah, if you guys are interested in like looking through my old bullet journals, I would love to do that. These were my babies from like 2016 to 2019, 2020. This one specifically is from summer, fall 2017, I want to say. Let me find the page that I'm wanting to show. Oh, okay. So, you know, this was chaotic. What is happening? I mean, I loved it, but what's going on? Okay, so this is kind of what I'm envisioning for the weeklies, honestly, with the color blocking. Like, see? Oh, love that. Have the courage to create. Sure. I did not do a whole lot of daily journaling in here. Yikes. Never mind. Let me find another one really quick. I know they're in here somewhere. This one, my tried and true, my all-time favorite bullet journal. It was my second one, and I just went in. This was the one immediately before the pink one. But for real, what is happening? Okay, well, this is 4 days. I want to try to find one that's like, all right, fine. We'll use this. The whole point is that they're not dated, whereas the Hobonichi, every day has a date. I loved that because you didn't have to think about it. This is a DM that I got a whole lot. It's like, what do you do if you skip a day? It's like, I don't know. Either fill it up with whatever the heck you want or skip it because it's fine. It's everything's gonna be okay. But in the common planner, we're back to undated. And at first I was like, bro, I don't know, but they are numbered. So they're numbered 1 through 365. And so something else that I want to do, and something that I may do, I think I'm going to have to do this off camera. I'm really concerned about my storage on my phone. While they don't have like January 16th up here, they have the numbers at the bottom, and there are printouts, and I actually might print this out with like the day number of the year that corresponds with the date. That was such a weirdly constructed sentence. But what I mean is, like, you could like think the date April 23rd, that's day 100 and whatever. You know what I mean? So what I might do, so like this is number 31. Okay, so that's January 31st. I will take a pencil and just do that. Like, what if I just did that? I don't know. Would that be wild? Well, now I hope this has 306. Okay, good. It does. I was going to say it's a leap year this year. Nobody forget. So February has 29. I'm going to have to do some addition. Anyway, I'm going to do this off camera, but that's also something that I'm going to do to set myself up for success in my planner. Okay. Anyway, here are some ideas for dailies. We are getting towards the end of this video, and thank goodness, because I'm just so long-winded. I meant for this to be so much shorter than it was, but I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. Here are some ideas for dailies. I also do this in every journal that I start. I do not love these little, well, that's a lie. They're cute little flowers. They're weirdly it's weird. So I think I'm gonna add some more later. Maybe just add some different colors. I'm thinking orange and green. Anyway, here are some ideas for the dailies. If you don't just want to be like, Dear Diary, today is January 3rd and I feel tired. Like, you can take some of these pages and get a little bit more creative. What is this? Okay, anyway. Gratitude list, shopping or wish list, recipes, tweets and memes, airing grievances. I have to be careful with this one because I do share my flip throughs online. So yeah. Amelia's notebook cosplay. I love you, Marissa Moss. Thank you. Photos with no context, photos with stories, the friend feed. That is something that I started. I mean, I'm one of those people. I'm very self-centered in my journals. I'm sure a lot of people relate. Like, I talk about how I'm feeling and what is going on in my life because it is my journal. It is my life. Some people like to comment more on like current events or the world at large. I try to do that through tweets and memes. I do that eventually, but I like to have something called the friend feed where I just basically give updates. I'm like, oh, so-and-so had her baby. So-and-so's wedding shower is scheduled for da-da-da time. I do talk about those things day to day, now and then. But it's just really nice to like look back in February, for example, and be like, okay, like these are the weddings that happened. Like, even if I wasn't invited or wasn't in them, like if it was someone from high school that I still talk to every now and then, or college, you know what I mean? Anyway, moving on. Side quests, I already talked about that. Those are, it's just a funky word for to-do list at the end of the day with some silly, like you can do this if you have time or if you feel like you need a little break from your true tasks. Like, you could do this fun thing if you want to. No pressure. Book and movie reviews, swatches. That'd be like the Tombo swatches, pen swatches. I have a couple other. I mean, the Tombos and the mild liners are what I use day to day, but I also have, a couple other pens in my collection where I have multiples of one brand. And so it's nice to do those swatches to see how I like it on this paper specifically. Morning pages, shout out Julia Cameron, The Artist's Way, basically just doing like stream of consciousness writing, continuing education for my profession, content ideas. Yes, sometimes I do think about this, not as often as I'd like, honestly. Passwords, haha, just kidding, unless inventories, like I did this with my like Scentsy bars, printing screenshots. That's just a reminder because there are so many times where I'm having like unhinged conversations with people on Instagram or like just funny text messages where I literally am like, I'm going to print this out and put it in my journal. And I say that and then I even screenshot it, but I don't do it. So I want to do that more because it is funny. Illustration practice. I do get asked a lot like, oh, do you do any doodles? No, not really because I'm not good. Okay, here's something I'm like not good at, but would actually like to get better at. Like, I want to get better at doodling. And so I'm going to practice. Peloton tracker / like movement tracker, exercise, whatever. Creative writing, another thing that's out of my comfort zone. I would love to get back into creative writing. I loved creative writing when I was like a kid. Like, I was out here filling up Mead notebooks with like Powerpuff Girls and Rugrats fan fiction, essentially, before I even knew what fan fiction was. Monthly moods, of course. I love a monthly moods page. Projects and like the flow of those projects and when I would like certain things done by. Travel / little trip recs. I do like a little day trip. Old pics and memes and then like little stories about a particular moment in time. Overheard in the hallway. That's something that I just like working in a high school. That's something that I do every now and then. That's just a silly idea. Post-it wisdom. Essentially where you just like write little quotes on Post-it notes. Song of the day. Self-explanatory. Techo Kaiji, this is like sitting down and talking about your planners. And I think that this is something that a lot of people who share widely on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok do very well. And also like if you're in the community, you like don't bat an eye when it's like the whole page is talking about like, this is what I like about this planner. And like, here is my new pen and the feedback on this nib is da da da. Like, I don't know. I don't personally do that a whole ton, but sometimes that's kind of nice to be like, here's what's working, here's what's not, here's what I'm going to change, if anything. I would love to say that I'm going to be in here for the entire year, but I'm going to be honest, I don't know yet because I'm not there. And I think that's the biggest thing that I feel like I want to express to people or reiterate or impress on everyone is that, like, I reserve the right to change my mind. You reserve the right to change your mind. Or, you know, this is dynamic. This is ever changing. Like, you can use it for a month and then be like, I want to do something different. Like, it's fine. It's not a failure. Me not like loving this thing doesn't mean anything. Like, at the end of the day, you know, like, it's still a life worth living and documenting. And I mean, look at this cute cover. But for real, like, just because I'm not like obsessed with my A6 planner, it doesn't mean that I like regret anything. Anyway, spending trackers, thoughts on consumption and consumerism, news stories. Yeah, I do want to do that a little bit more. And then, of course, starting a spread and forgetting about it, which I'm pretty good at. So, hello 2024. See you in 2 months. In the meantime, actually, just before I started filming this, I got a DM from a follower saying that she would love to send me her B6 or a Estelle cover, which is so sweet, just because I do know that, you know, obviously if I take this out and about, I'm going to want it to be protected in some way. I'm already like, my grubby little hands are all over it. I do want to get a clear cover. I honestly need to like look a little bit closer at some of the other people who use their common planners with the clear covers to see if it looks the way that I want it to look. I'm not sold, but I love this color so much. So I would love to still be able to like see the color, but since this will be my everyday carry and will get thrown in a lot of bags, I want it to be protected. So anyway, I have been talking for long enough. I hope you all enjoyed this little update of mine and maybe you got some ideas. I would love to hear about what you're using for 2024 and if you also have broken into any of your planners yet. And I will see you all soon and hopefully with a flip through of some sort. Have a great week, guys. See you next time.